Hi everyone, how's everyone doing on what seems to be day 30 of quarantine here in Nairobi? So I thought it would be important to do this video, just talk about Corona and what I think will be, what I think is going to end up being a really serious, there's going to be a lot of stigma. So the reason I'm doing this video anyway is because I had a conversation with a friend of mine. They're trying to make sure that they're not even trying to make sure, they're in complete lockdown and isolation because of fear of Corona, because they came into contact with somebody who tested positive, right? They don't know if the transmission has happened. They're still within the incubation period of 14 days. They're still not experiencing any symptoms. They're perfectly okay, but they have not left the house, you know, because they don't want to infect anybody else. The person doesn't want to infect their family members, you know, mom and dad, whatever. And we're just having a chat about it, because I've been checking up on them, just to see how they're doing. And I think what now I feel like this person is facing more than anything is the stigma that is coming with the fact that they're quite open with the fact that they fear they might have Corona, only because they have to inform their friends and loved ones who they've been interacting with in the past 14 days. And remember, our first case of Corona was only on the 13th, right? And that was just the first confirmed case. By the time that person started experiencing symptoms, they had landed in Kenya on the 5th of March or 6th of March. I remember this date because 5th of March was my birthday, right? Sorry, my battery died, had to change it. So the visual might change a little bit. Anyways, see, I can't help touching my face, like, honestly. So what was I saying? I was talking about, you know, patient 0, or like the first person who was confirmed in Kenya with Corona. And I think even I had something like some other girl had to do a video telling everybody she's not the one, I didn't even see the video, I just saw it on a group I'm in, where somebody had to do a video just telling people it's not me who has Corona, you know. And so when I was speaking to my friend yesterday, and just the stigma that they're going through, you know, with friends, kind of asking, do you have it? And oh my god, you came and met me on this day, oh my god, did you know? You know, and I think that's kind of what has made me even do this video. It's got me so upset that we only got the thing that has really like made me come and do this video. I was not even sure if I want to talk about it, because I'm like, gosh, I don't know what am I going to be saying the right thing? I have to be politically correct, but guys, I think I have to say something, because I feel like what's really going to people up right now, between now and the other side of Corona, when we go back to normalcy, I feel like what's really going to mess people up is paranoia and stigma, right? We have a right to fear. This is the first time we're experiencing Corona, but I really feel like we should start to think about the possibility that this thing, if it comes close to me, how am I going to deal with it? If it's my sister, my brother who has it, my friend, my cousin, how are we going to deal with them? How are we going to treat them? And yes, you want to protect yourself, you want to protect your family, but like, it would be good if we start thinking about the other side, we start thinking about this other element known as stigma and rumor mongering, and like just spreading fear and panic. 100% everybody needs to self-quarantine if they think that they've come into contact with somebody who has COVID, right? But beyond that, we have to love and support this person from a distance. This thing has affected me to the point where even today morning I woke up, I couldn't even, you know, I've been trying to keep active every day, doing 10,000 steps a day. So I walk in the morning. Today I couldn't even, I was just like, I can't do this, because I'm feeling for this person, and I'm also like, what the hell is going on in this world? Other highly sensitive people can relate to this. because I tend to get affected by external things quite easily, right? And so I said I have to talk about it. Now, I don't think we've gotten to a place where people are being really stigmatized, but I feel like this is something that will happen if the cases continue. And I'm sure even people who are infected, you know, they don't want anybody to know because they're like, they don't want their image to be destroyed. But the thing is, no one chose to get corona, you know. It's doing your regular day-to-day activities, talking with friends. By the way, did you know that like the transmission is 6 feet? That's what they're saying, to keep a 1.5 meters distance in the supermarkets. You can get it doing the most basic things. You can even get it in church, praying, right? I don't know what's happening there. I feel like we just need to figure this out and find a way to engage with those who are infected, or we think could be infected, or are still in quarantine, because we only got the news of our first case on the 13th of March. We need to try and treat them with a bit more love and care. Stigma with diseases, I think, is even what kills people faster. Even HIV. Think about it. I bet you, like, everyone who has had sex, like 99% of the people who have ever had sexual relations in their life, at some point you've not used protection, right? If you don't have HIV, you're very lucky. You know, it's not because you've been careless once and you didn't get it, and somebody else was careless. Maybe you've been careless 10 times and you got it. And one person who was careless one time, actually there's videos on YouTube of girls who are virgins and the first boyfriend they had infected them with HIV, right? So now when somebody hears they have HIV, you assume, oh, what a hoe, what a slut, she must sleep around, she just has unprotected sex. People slip up, man. People slip up, and it happens all the time, and you don't know where somebody is in that time in their life to make them have a lapse in judgment and allow somebody to or allow either somebody, with a man or a woman, to have sex with them without using protection. You understand? I'm just using HIV as an example, but I'm just trying to say we have to have a bit more compassion. We have to figure out how to have a bit more compassion, especially with corona, because the panic right now is off the chains. I'm not really sure if I've packaged this message properly, because I literally just got out of bed. I was feeling really low and I was like, I'm just gonna talk about this. Too bad if people think I'm jumping the gun. Okay. My final thing is that, guys, I want you to remember that stress is a very huge factor when it comes to weakening the immune system. So if you're stressed out about corona and you're paranoid about your neighbor who might have corona, or your friend or your cousin, you might end up even catching a cold because your immunity is compromised because of your stress before you even get corona, and then you think you have corona. I'm just saying, stress really weakens your immune system. It's a known fact. If we feel like somebody has corona, let's try and find some kindness and pray for them that they get better. And you know, at the end of this, they might end up being stronger because they come out on the other side, they have cured, their body has healed themselves of coronavirus. They have the antibodies, so they're good. And here you are 2 weeks ago saying, I can't even say I haven't been part of the conversation that's saying, oh my god, these people, you know, they eat bats and they eat snakes, they eat snake soup. You know, I've been part of that conversation that is talking ill of China. And I'm like, oh, that's so gross. But at the same time, you know, it's their culture. Yeah, there's things that we do that they find gross. Even in my own culture, there's things that I find gross. I'm not denying the fact that or not, it's not even a fact, it's still a speculation that this thing came from bats or was transmitted from the animal kingdom. I agree that if we figure out that it's because of eating snakes and bats and frogs, and oh my god, they eat kittens, okay, they eat dogs. I have problems with that, right? But I think my issue is not disputing that. My issue is that how we communicate, how we talk about it in a way that is the term derogatory. I don't know if it's derogatory. I don't know if the term is derogatory, but in a way that's almost like racist or whatever. That's what we need to not do. And also try and put yourself in somebody's position. Like if you wake up and you're born in China and everyone is eating bats and all these weird things, for you it won't be weird. Having a bit compassion and empathy, I think, will also go a long way, for myself included, because I'm really easily grossed out, and I was like, oh. But I also want to ask everyone, just check how you're talking about, check yourself when you're talking about these things. Check yourself when you're talking about Wuhan. Check yourself when you're talking about people who might be infected, because now as the numbers start to increase, then I feel like people are going to become more paranoid, and the stigma is really going to increase and cause a lot of stress and anxiety within our community. So that's it for today. I'm going to continue doing these videos while we're in isolation and social distancing. It's my joy to do videos. I love doing content creation, and my goal really is to always make people feel better, find a better feeling place, maybe inspire, make you feel like your story is relatable to mine, so you feel like you're not alone, educate. That's the only reason I do this thing. Yeah, so thank you for watching so far. Let's continue doing what is right. Let's spread more love than fear and anxiety, and we just hope that we're gonna come out on the other side of this stronger, better, wiser, happier, healthier, wealthier. So yeah.
Came into my life a stranger.